I felt very helpless. I couldn't do anything for my child, and he's literally having attack after attack, and I can't do anything. And
hello. So I'm in pajamas. I'm in pajamas with my pajama top on, and Natalie is dressed like she's going to a Women's Day function. Because where are you going?
to a Women's Day.
To a Women's Day function, and I haven't brushed my teeth yet, but hey, let's go. You've seen us in pajamas before. So, I thought that it's been a while, but me and Natalie haven't done one of these, Natalie and Alfred sitting in the 3 ones, and I thought that it's also this, we need to do one, and we need to also be honest, right? So, we always, I mean, people see us, I get very nervous when people see us going on holidays and all of this good stuff and everything's great. I feel like there's a responsibility we have to tell the truth, because, you know, we're very average people and very normal, despite what the videos may show. It's highlights from our lives that you're seeing there. If you took a highlight reel from your life, it would also be great. But so yeah, this week I think we just came out of a very difficult week, because people that follow my channels regularly probably noticed that I haven't posted as much. I think I posted that Kruger holiday thing, but that was from the week before the troubles came, and I was editing that throughout the week so I could post that on Sunday. But we had a terrible week. So Natalie,
You're gonna make me cry.
okay, I will tell you what happened. So Friday, Ethan's been having a nagging cough, and it's been going on for a while. We went to doctor after doctor. So first we went to GPs, because we go to GPs because, to be honest with you, pediatricians are not cheap. You guys that have kids know. And you know, I'm not.
And our medical aid is in his glory.
Zapped up, you know, our medical aids are. So the medical aid was gone, and we also try and manage our medical aid throughout the year, because we know, you know, how expensive things can get. So our medical aid savings funds are gone, and we needed to obviously, throughout the year, we took him to GPs before we take him to pediatrician all the time, because when you take him to a pediatrician, it's north of 1,500 rand. When you take him to a GP, it's like, what, 600 bucks. That's the reality. Everyone knows that, right? We took him to the GP. The cough, they prescribed medication, kept on coughing. A couple of weeks later, we took him back to the GP. The GP said his lungs are clear. She even called in another GP to make us feel tiny, and this GP's attitude was terrible. So we had a little bit of a issue with that. But the point is, your child is your child, so you go through the whole thing. You know, not everyone's friendly to you in the world. The point is that those 2 GPs then said the child's lungs are fine, just give him like some cough medicine and put him on a nebulizer. Anyway, long story short, my uncle, who's a pediatrician, noticed in my videos that he had a cough, calls us and goes, that cough doesn't sound right. Then I tell Natalie, and I'm like, man, that, you know, he couldn't see the kid, so we can't say, but I mean, that also alarmed me, because he was my pediatrician and he's very good at what he does. Anyway, we go to Kruger, the cough is still there, we come back, a couple of days later, I come home one day, Natalie's out, I'm out, Ethan is with his nanny, and she looks alarmed. He's been coughing to the point where he's now vomited. But you know, kids are themselves, totally themselves. We then rush him off to hospital. No, we don't rush him off to hospital. I jumped the gun. We call the pediatrician last week on Friday. We say, listen, can we get this thing sorted out real quick? Can we get in and just so you can see us? Our pediatrician is a really nice lady. She went, she opened a slot for us. It was 1:30, just before she was going home. On a Friday, she saw Ethan, and Ethan is having an asthma attack, full blown. His chest is wheezing, he's vomiting. Natalie rushes home. We go there. They admit Ethan to the hospital. So obviously that's traumatic for any parent. And it was horrible, because he's himself. He's vomiting here and just playing, you know what I mean? So, and you can hear he's having struggling to breathe. So then he gets admitted. on Friday, Friday just gets worse and worse and worse.
And his heart rate was too high.
His heart rate was high, so because he wasn't breathing properly, his oxygen levels were high enough, but it was putting strain on his heart. Anyway, so he's in and he goes into hospital, and night one was less than perfect. We had lots of issues with hospitals and nurses, but parents, we stuck. We pushed and pushed, and eventually, I don't want to go into that too much, but eventually he got the treatment that we pay for. And then he got a little better, but the doctor wasn't happy with him on the Saturday morning, so we went in. He had to stay there another day. So now it's horrible, man. I'm at home alone. Natalie has to go in, have to stay in the holding room because obviously of COVID regulations. The hospital, obviously medical staff was under strain already. So there was definitely felt like, and I'm not saying this for a fact, definitely felt like the staff was under pressure. So make with that what you will. We didn't get the attention we would have liked. But anyway, the Saturday, Natalie gets to now obviously stay with him. It's the worst because now he hates hospitals and doctors. When we go past something that looks like a doctor's office, like anything white room, like a bathroom, he won't go into a bathroom with me when it's not at home, because he thinks it's a doctor. So it's like that. He's screaming.
I think it's also because, like, when we have to take him for his vaccines,
yeah,
all he thinks in his head is, oh my god, I'm going to get another injection. And
needle.
I think that's where, like, the fear comes in.
Yeah, and we have to lie to him, and it's horrible because it's like, we're betraying his trust because every time he believes, and now he doesn't believe so much anymore.
Yeah.
And the worst thing is like he goes into the hospital and he goes, Daddy, you must come with. Daddy, come with. And I can't go in. I can't even go past the doors because of COVID. They're going into a holding. So Natalie's there struggling with him. He's vomiting and coughing. He's on a drip. It's just getting worse. Anyway, Saturday they administered some other medications in the evening, which helped him a lot. Fell asleep. Wake up the next day. His lungs are still not proper. It's much better, but it's not right. Natalie then he WhatsApps me because he goes, what did he say to you? This is the most heartbreaking thing. He goes, Mom, don't you want to go to Dad? I want to go to Dad. Dada, don't you want to go to Dad? Because he's like confused. Why are we not going home? So it was a horrible week.
I want to go home. Don't you want to go home? He's trying to understand why we're not going home. Why don't you want to go home? Why can't we go home?
It was rough. But I've been speaking a lot. You say something.
I know. Yeah.
That was obviously very emotional.
I think that for parent, it's very, very hard when your kid is sick and you feel, because that's how I felt. I felt very helpless. I couldn't do anything for my child, and he's literally having attack after attack, and I can't do anything, and he's vomiting, and he's and his heart rate is going up, and that's the last thing a parent wants to hear. So it's very hard, and I play this tough girl all the time in work and life and in marriage, but let me tell you, when it comes to my son, I break down immediately. It's the hardest thing for me to deal with in life. So you can act all strong as what you want, but there's one thing always that gets you.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I mean, I think my message is just appreciate everybody that you have around you, because it can change so quickly, and I remember that the doctor's words. We were sitting in the doctor's office on Tuesday, one day, whenever we went for a checkup, and she said, with asthmatic patients, things can turn so quickly, and I think in life things can turn so quickly, and I think you just need to appreciate what you have in your life.
We were in the Kruger shooting hyenas in the bush. Very fancy. And the next week we were in
and I mean, even at the Kruger,
the hospital,
one of the nights we had, thank goodness I brought the nebulizer, because he was coughing heavily, and I felt on that Friday when the doctor admitted him, I felt so bad as a mother, because and it's all in my head. I know it's all in my head, but I mean, these are the things, these are the feelings that you feel, and as a mother, I thought, why didn't I see this? Why didn't I see it coming? Why didn't I see him in the morning? Because if he was sick, I wouldn't have left. I obviously had work things to do, but I wouldn't have left, and I would have given him more meds. And you feel so bad as a mother because you want everything to be perfect,
Yeah, you do, and Natalie puts unnecessary amounts of strain on herself. I also think that what happened for me is a situation where every time your balloon starts flying too far away, where you start losing a little bit of, you don't even realize you start losing reality, losing contact with reality, especially when you're traveling and it's lekker, everything, your friends and family, and everything's good. You forget and you start neglecting. You say, oh no, this is important. You start neglecting the understanding, not neglecting the people, but you start forgetting that, you're in a fortunate position. Things could be way worse than that they are right now. So with Ethan getting sick again, it just brought me back, straight back to earth. And not that I was, you know what I mean. Just refocus on what is really important.
Don't take it out of context.
What's really important to you. Secondly, also, trust your gut. Don't let a doctor or a nurse or a whatever professional, even your mother, tell you what's happening with your child. If you feel something's not lekker, it doesn't matter how much they embarrass you. That's their problem. You try and get the results you want. Natalie insisted with the GPs to get a scan of his chest. They refused. They literally refused. They said it's not necessary. It's really okay. And that was the right thing to do. When we spoke to the ped, she said, no, we need to send him for a scan to see if he's got pneumonia. And he had pneumonia. He had bronchial pneumonia. So he had pneumonia, and now all of a sudden you go, but those are doctors, those are professionals. We asked them twice and 3 times, and they came back very arrogantly and said, we don't know what else you want us to do, which I got really angry at, and said, listen here, I'm paying for the scan to scan the child. And then weeks later...
I mean, even if we were wrong, it doesn't matter, because if a parent requests for it, then you should do it. You should always, you said, go with your gut. If you
it's not gonna... Is it really that big a deal? But anyway, so sometimes you deal with people that are doctors and nurses, and especially now, I don't want to speak anything badly about doctors and nurses. They're doing fantastic work in the front line. Half my bloody family are doctors, and they are fantastic people. I'm just saying that trust your gut, and that insist on things when it comes down to it. Because I also had to go to the hospital and go, why is my son not getting the care that I'm paying for? Because sometimes you gotta, put on that hard hat and go in and work really hard. So my wife is struggling and the child is vomiting. Why is he not getting his medication and that kind of thing? And when I started pushing, things started happening. So don't take for granted that you're in a private hospital and everything's gonna be perfect. It doesn't necessarily work out like that. In the end, we got the care we needed. Ethan is now very healthy again. He's on chronic medication. He's obviously asthmatic. We have to manage that. We've got to now deal with the school because schools don't administer medications. So we kept him back a bit. Lucky for us, he's just 3. So it's not like big school. But we're trying to manage our way through how we're going to manage his chronic medications, watch his asthma. He was a tumbling boy, man. He's a tumbling, don't stop running type of bra. You know what I mean? So we have to manage all these things and figure it out. And that's him screaming his lungs up perfectly. Also, my parents he's
screaming because he's naughty.
My parents are here because they Ethan snagged a toenail. My dad jumps in a flight. That's what happened. So they came down immediately. So they're here. So it's all good and well again. But we just needed to tell you that this thing of being amazing all the time is nonsense. And that Natalie's feeling bad as a mother. Just manage those things, because I know you're trying your best out there. All you need to do as a person, as a parent, as an individual is do your best for the people you love. Sometimes things don't work out. It's net die wêreld, ons is nie perfect nie. Ek sê dis so ek het my tande gebot. You know what I mean? I always say, I fucking hate it.
Back in the day, that would be me. Because I'm in a gown.
Where's that hoodie? For my forehead. Also, the thing is with Natalie is that I always tell Natalie, I don't like the word influencer. I cringe when I hear, oh, you're an influencer. Because first of all, there's not enough. I'm not like this whole thing about, oh, look how fabulous my life is. I hate that
life
because
is
I
not
go,
fabulous at all.
and also like, it's great. It is wonderful life. But it is not without its challenges.
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
poep,
that's what I mean.
soos my mense gesê het, jou poep stink ook. So I hate this idea of these perfect pictures and on Instagram, and people aren't talking about the realities in their lives, and then children watch this, or people go and they go, oh no, I need to start my own business too, maar dis 'n goeie job en jou lewe gaan goed nou met jou entrepreneur life goed te doen, and I like, and just manage yourself, I don't like that. So that's why we did this video, but we're very grateful Ethan is healthy. Natalie, do you have anything else to say? This video's gone on for way too long. But on that
Enjoy
note,
your weekend.
have a fantastic
we sure
weekend.
are.
We're going to his uncle's birthday bride tomorrow. Everyone is we're getting our last run of vaccines. Everyone's in the family.
We're getting that on Tuesday.
Yes, en mense text my, anti-vaxxers text my die hele tyd om te sê wat's up chiffers in die my vaccines, maar okay. To each their own, but I'm taking the vaccine. I'm taking the vaccine because I want to get back to a world where everyone can work again, and 2 years of not being able to work is a hard thing to ask for me. Anyway, let me get off the soapbox. Natalie, can I have a kiss?
No! I'm stinking.
What is a stink bag in love? Cheers.